안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 클리오쌤이에요. So, in this video, I will go over the present tense in informal polite style. So, the verbs and adjectives you probably heard or seen in ending in ayo, oyo, and heyo. These are actually quite complicated, but I'm going to show you a little trick or a little story that connects everything together. So it will make total sense for you to really remember and follow through. And I'm going to show you each one case by case, show you the steps, so you will know exactly what to do. And this is part of the 6 video lessons I'm rolling out. So I'm a Korean language teacher with a decade of experience. And in these 6 video lessons, you will be learning everything I'll have taught in my first year beginning level Korean class. So these 6 lessons really deliver 1 year's worth of the Korean beginning level curriculum. And you can totally watch this all by yourself and try to study on your own. But there is an option where you can meet with me on Zoom to practice and go over and ask me questions on any of the points you're confused about. Okay, so if you're interested after watching this video, definitely check out my website for these course listening details, and then feel free to also leave a comment if you have any questions. All right, let's get started. Now, before I tell you the actual conjugation rules, let's just go over what I mean by informal polite style. When would you use it? This is the most commonly used speech style in daily conversations in Korean. You see it by celebrities using it on TV shows over and over. You also use it very helpful in blind dating situation where you're meeting somebody for the first time. You want to be polite, but still want to sound friendly, right? For that relationship that will build like boyfriend-girlfriend situation later on, let's say. By then, you're going to be probably using casual style, but for like the first time, good first impression setting, you're going to be using informal polite style. So you use it to strangers meeting for the first time. And in work situations, you can use it too. You can use it to people who are around your age or even younger to be professional at work, but still want to be friendly, okay, to that speaking partner. So that's the informal polite style. Really think of it like you wearing semi-formal clothes. Semi-formal? So you're not wearing a full suit, but you have like a decent looking pants and like wear a sweater. Okay, so think of it like in terms of that outfit. Also, present tense. When do we use present tense? It's almost the same as in English, right? You're gonna use present tense to talk about facts in life, something that happens every day, like a routine. We also use it with let us do something. So in English, let after that verb, you come, let us, and then you have a verb that comes after that's in present tense. Same thing in Korean. So if you're kind of suggesting somebody else to do this thing together, do an activity together, you could also use present tense for that. Now, remember I said I'm going to tell you a story that connects the 3 endings all together, ayo, oyo, and heyo. So here is the story of 천지 in the Korean alphabet vowels, the Korean vowels. So when King Sejong created Korean alphabet, the vowels, he really thought about the harmony of yin and yang, the light and the darkness. So this short dot represented the roundness of the sky. So 천, and then G for the flat earth. If you could really visualize, this is the U vowel you see today. And then in for the upright human being standing upright. Okay, so this in also looks like the E vowel that you see today, right? So we have a concept of 천지인. And 천지인 actually came from Chinese characters. But the symbols and the concept of how he created the vowels, King Sejong invented on his own. So let me show you how this really all fits together because it's all based on vowel harmony. So what do I mean by that? In Korean, the vowels can be classified as light or dark vowels. So here you go. First case. You can really imagine, visualize on the flat earth, the sun goes up, right? And that's where the lightness is created during the daylight. So this Can you really see what it looks like in today's vowel? The sun going up, this short dot later became the O vowel as in oppa. Okay, so the O sound, oh, that's awesome. The thumb up sound. And then we do have a second vowel you see here for the light vowel. Think of it like where the sun is when the human being is standing up in the morning. When we're all standing up, the sun rises from the east. Yeah, so we have the little dot on the right side, and this really looks like, let me get closer if you can't see. This really looks like in today's vowel, the ah sound. So we have o and then ah. These are classified as the light vowel. Okay, so we have two light vowels that I just introduced to you. And if you are a type of a person that really thinks or remembers through songs, I even have a song for you. So when I was little, we had this TV show called 지구탐험 신비의 세계. So they were introducing like animals in the wild, and the theme song went like 오와 오와 오와, and then like 지구탐험 신비의 세계. It was really catchy. I'll give a QR code for that song so you can scan it and watch it later. At any rate, this all matters because O and A are like vowels again. And remember the ending that we have? 아요, 어요, 해요. Of the three endings, do you hear a light vowel being present in one of them? Yes, we have 아요. Yeah. So light vowels tend to go together with another light vowel. So this is what I mean by vowel harmony. So the first rule of the three endings, okay, you're gonna put 아요 after the stems ending in o or a vowel because these are light vowels. And let me show you with the word example. Okay, and we're gonna be conjugating a word right now. And what does it really mean to conjugate is to change the ending of a verb or adjective. And we have it in English too, from to play to playing if it's happening right now with the ing ending, or played if it happened yesterday with the ed ending. Same thing in Korean. So the word example I'm showing you right now is 괜찮다. 괜찮다, that is to be okay. And as you can see, this is what we call dictionary form. So dictionary form, the base form, refers to what we have in dictionary. They are all ending in ta. And from here, we have to get the stem. Okay? And what do I mean by the stem? Stem is a part of the word that will stay fixed and not change throughout. So for the English word again, playing or played does not matter. The play stays constant. So that part is the stem. So here, when we're trying to get the stem from the dictionary form, all we gotta do is super simple, just delete ta. So we're gonna cross it out like this. I literally crossed it out. And what is the stem? You literally copy paste everything that happened before. So we have 괜찮 as a stem. So let me write it really quick. 괜찮 as the stem, that part of the verb or adjective that stays constant. By the way, if you're wondering how to read double final consonants, you already have that resource on my handy dandy Korean alphabet flashcards, which is available on my website and Amazon. This is a double final consonant rule. And in the case of this word that ends in the H as in hat at the end, this rule says the H 받침 remains silent, but it will be aspirated in the next syllable. At any rate, does not really matter because right now, what you want to do is conjugate it into present tense. So what you have to do is, from the stem, you're only looking at the last finishing syllable. So I'm going to circle it in red. This is the only part that matters for the rule. So you examine the syllable and ask yourself, does it contain O or A as the light vowel? Remember the song? O, A, O, A. you actually see it there, right? It's a vowel. So from here, all we gotta do is attach 아요. 아요. So from 괜찮다, the dictionary form, if it is in present tense informal play style, it will be, and let me write it in blue, 괜찮아요. 괜찮아요. And that is to be okay, but in present tense informal play style. Now, how would you use this word? You could use it to be like, are you okay? 괜찮아요? Just raise the intonation at the end. Or you could also use it to politely decline an offer, like, oh, I'm okay. 괜찮아요. Or if somebody's asking you, like, are you okay? And you want to say, yeah, I'm okay, I'm fine, then you could also just say 괜찮아요. So 3 uses. Okay, so first one, to ask, like, are you okay? When answer back, yeah, I'm okay. Or to decline an offer, like, I'm okay. So 괜찮아요. In regards to the pronunciation of this rule, again, we have the double final consonants, but again, I said H at the bottom. H as in hat. Stay silent. So the only 받침 sound, the final consonant sound you're saying is the N as in nose at the bottom. So this is pronounced as 괜찮아요 with the resyllabification rule. And if you really want to know what I'm talking about with all the 받침 rules, check out my Korean alphabet flashcards because I really go over everything in depth with complex 받침 rules, complex vowel rules, etc. This is super helpful. Now we are ready to talk about the 2 other rules because there are 3 endings basically. 아요, which we just did, and then 어요, and then 해요. And I'm not gonna write anything really this time. Just gonna go over it verbally and then give you a word example separately. Okay, so 어요. Everything else besides 오와, 오와, 오와 vowels, the light vowels, except those 2 light vowels, everything else is 어요. How simple is that? Right? It's actually not that bad. So all you have to remember is the first rule and then simplify everything else. 어요. And then third one, 해요, you use it for the verbs ending in 하다. Okay, so let's go through word examples again. Okay, so we have this word related to everyday task. Let's start with to wear, like to wear clothes, to wear a shirt. So in Korean, to wear in dictionary form is 입다. Okay, so what am I gonna do? Because I know this is dictionary form since it ended in ta, I'm gonna cross it out to get the stem. Okay, so the stem is 입, 입 as a stem. Okay, from here, what are we gonna do? You examine this syllable block, right? There's only one syllable block to examine anyway, so you look at the vowel and then ask yourself, 오예요, 아예요? Is it O or A? 오와, 오와? It is not, right? This is an E vowel. So by default, everything other than 오와, 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 you just put 어요. So to wear in present tense, informal play style is 입어요. Okay, now, do you want to try making a sentence with it? Like, I wear shirts every day. Because as a high school teacher, I don't really worry about what I wear every day. I think by now I have like this uniform setup almost with this shirt. I don't really change around a lot. I mean, I wash them, but like, there isn't really a need to be fancy at work, let's say. So how about I say I wear a shirt every day? Okay, so we're gonna formulate a sentence and just look at the verb one last time before I erase it and go to that sentence example. And let's talk about what words are needed to make a sentence. You want to start with I. Then we have two options for the I, right? Are we going to use 저 or 나? Okay. With informal polite style, you use 저 for the I. 나 is for casual style when you speak to your close friends and somebody younger than you. So we have 저 for I. And then what are we going to put for the particle? So I'm not really emphasizing it is I that wear the shirt and not Justin, right? I'm just giving like a general fact of life statement. Then it will be 는 for the topic particle. So we're going to put 저는 with the topic particle. Okay. You want to say shirts in Korean? That is 셔츠. Konglish. Super simple, right? So 셔츠. This is receiving my action of wearing. This is the object. Now, what are you going to put for the object particle? 칠 받침 있어요, 없어요? 칠 받침 없어요, right? There's nothing hanging at the bottom. There's no final consonant. And what are we going to put? The object particle with the circle or without the circle? Without the circle. So we have 셔츠를 for the object particle. Okay. Do you really want to say like every day? Every single day. 저는 셔츠를 매일 for every day. 저는 셔츠를 매일 and then the ending verb which I will mark it in red because we just conjugated together. 저는 셔츠를 매일 입어요. Okay? So wear. So I wear shirts every day. Now, you can technically move this around and put it in between 저는 and 셔츠를. So you could put it 저는 매일 셔츠를 입어요. Okay? You could actually begin a sentence with 매일 too. 매일 저는 셔츠를 입어요. You got options. Of the three examples, what will sound most natural? Probably if you put it in between 저는 매일 셔츠를 입어요. Because I'm describing what I do every day. So the activity that I do every day should come after the thing which I'm describing. So technically, 저는 매일 셔츠를 입어요 will sound most fluent, but you can technically also move things around with 매일. As long as the verb stays at the end, it's a valid sentence with the markers in place. Now, the third rule with 하다 becoming 해요, I want to go over how this verb is formed, generally speaking, and the subtleties and little rules that you can associate with this construction. So, let me give you a verb like to study. 공부 is studying, right? Study. So 공부하다. Remember what 하다 was? 하다 is to do. So it literally means to do study. Like this. 공부하다. Let me give you another word like exercise. To exercise actually is 운동하다. 운동 is exercise, yeah, as a noun. Exercise as a noun. 운동. And then again, to do exercise. That's what you're literally saying. To do. Okay. Another common mistake of beginners for like to play video games or computer games, there's a separate verb to play, 놀다, and then they say 게임을 놀다, 놀아요, but that's wrong in Korean actually. It's 게임하다. So game. Konglish. And then you put 하다. To do. Now, why do I have a space in between? Because this is done as a way for me to show you how the verbs are constructed, generally speaking, with the words ending in 하다 as a verb. It's made out of two parts, right? So the first part which I'll try to circle in blue and I'll probably delete it afterwards. This part I circled in blue. This is a part where the noun comes in, but this noun is sort of indicating an activity as well, right? Study, exercise, game. You're doing something that's implied in the noun itself. And then you have the actual verb that I will mark it as red. The part that says to do, like the 하다. So, literally means 공부하다, to do study, 운동하다, to do exercise, 게임하다, to do games. That's what you're literally saying in Korean. So what does it really mean? This means I can actually put an object particle after the noun part. Okay, so now we're going to be examining the finishing syllable and see which object particle we need. Like 공부, you look at 부. Let me mark it in red. 부에 받침 있어요, 없어요? 받침 없어요. So we have to put object particle without the circle. So we have 공부를 하다, like this. Okay. 운동, you're doing the exercise. 운동에 받침 있어요, 없어요? You have that circle, 이응 받침 at the end. So we have to put the object particle with the circle. So let me put that in red as well. So 운동을 하다. 운동을 하다. Game. 게임에 받침 있어요, 없어요? You see the final consonant hanging at the bottom. That's M as in map. Looks and shaped like the M as in map. 게임을 하다. With the circle because you have to follow the resyllabification rule in Korean. Again, you don't know what resyllabification is. Do not worry. First of all, you can also Google it, but if you already got my flashcards, like, well, but using the resource you already have, because this is really super helpful, I have to say again. And that is the very last card you see here. Okay, and this is card number 43. At any rate, what are we gonna do from here? As I told you before, all the 하다 becomes 해요, right? If it's conjugated in present tense, informal polite style. So I'm literally just gonna be rewriting this part after deleting. And there's a reason I put object particle in between, and I'll show you later. But let me put the ending 하다 to 해요 to make it into present tense informal polite style. So study, I study every day. 매일 공부를, whoopsie, sorry, 해요. I exercise every day. 매일 운동을 해요. And then I play game every day. 매일 게임을 해요. And then they all became present tense, yeah? Now, why do I have space in between here? This space that I just marked in blue is when you want to put adverbs like you don't study, or you study well, or you study not so well. Those adverbs will come right before the verb part, which is 해요, right? Because in Korean, adverbs go right before the thing to which it's describing. So in the case of to do well, right, or not so well, or don't do, that adverb part will have to go right before that actual verb, which is to do, 하다, 해요. So how come, let's say as a teacher, how come you don't study? Like, why don't you study? In Korean, that will be 왜 공부를 안 해요? 안 for the not. Okay? So why don't you study? 왜 공부를 안 해요? Okay? Now, you want to say I exercise well. Like, I'm good at exercising. or Jenny's good at exercising. Then I could say 제니는 운동을 잘 해요. 잘 for well. And let me just write it a bit neater. Although you have it on your slides right next to me when I'm editing this video, but I just want to make sure you could see it on this screen as well. So, 운동을 잘 해요. How about you're not that good at like, what's a game that everybody plays these days? I think my students are playing Genshin Impact or something that starts with a P. Sorry, I can't recall. Or League of Legends, they used to do that too. But you're not that good at game, so it will be 게임을 잘 못해요. So not that good. 게임을 잘 못해요. So let me read it again by showing you these. 공부를 안 해요. You don't study. 운동을 잘해요. You're good at exercising. 게임을 잘 못해요. You're not that good at playing games. How about I change one more thing? That you play game often. Okay. And let me try to, I can actually add a new color. This is super exciting. Let me try to add it in green at the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna put the one at the bottom. So there are people who play game every day, right? Like my students. So you wanna say often, it will be at the bottom. You play game often, 게임을 자주 해요. 게임을 자주 해요. I think that's pretty much it for the third verb that's involving 하다 to become 해요 in present tense. Okay, let's recap what we have learned so far. So first one, ending in 아요 for the stems that contain the light vowels 오와, 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 remember? And then everything else, you're going to be attaching 어요. And then all the verbs that had 하다 to do for dictionary forms, they are going to be having 해요 in the endings. And for the rules 4 to 7, and what do I mean by the rule number? That's contained in my study packet if you purchased my course, right? So these ones are featuring the ending vowels merging because the stems, they did not have 받침. And what do I really mean by 받침 again? 받침 refers to the final consonant in Korean. So in my Korean alphabet flashcards, these are the consonants color-coded in green at the bottom. Okay, so final consonants that you see color-coded it in green in my flashcards. These are the final consonants. Okay. And this video is available to show you what you're really getting in my 6 video online lessons. I really condensed, but also really went thorough, really had a comprehensive review on what you will have learned in my first entire year's worth of curriculum for my non-native year 1 beginning level Korean class. And I've been doing this for 10 years, a decade, right? So this was really like me getting all my resources together to help you learn in the most efficient way possible. So if you're really interested in checking it out, go to my website. Feel free to leave comments on how this works. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, 감사합니다.